Kenya, Meru County, Tigania East Sub-County, lies Amuthomba region comprising Muthara and Karama wards. This area is today faced with a serious environmental catastrophe resulting from human activities and climate change. Amuthomba region is totally dependent on two rivers, Wadhumara and Likudu, which have been a source of livelihood for the people of this region. The rivers are now a shadow of their past and are now a trickle, barely flowing more than 7 kilometers from their source.
When I was a child, I used to go to school in the nearby school here called Antoanu. And this river was big. This was a big river. And it used to carry people. There was a bridge here. It wasn't this big. But when it rains, the water would come over the bridge. Where we are seated is really on Likudu River. Likudu is actually one of the largest rivers we have in our locality. This is the main river which has fed this place from time immemorial. It used to be a big river. I mean, a river which you can't just cross, even during the dry season. And you can see where we are now. It's a trickle, unfortunately.
A group of environmentally conscious individuals came together and decided to take action. Amuthomba Nyambene Environmental Association was formed with an aim to mobilize the community to own its own destiny in this respect.
And there is really a coming together of people who have realized that we have a serious environmental problem in our area.
These rivers used to be the source of livelihood for the locals here, be it drinking water, basic irrigation, water for animals, but today it's just a trickle. At some point, it's no more.
The mighty Wadhumara River, just 5 kilometers, about 5 kilometers from the source, is dry. Truly, climate change is real. Global warming is being felt everywhere, and here is the evidence that climate change is real. Something has to be done because with more than 300 to 400,000 people downstream who are totally dependent on this river for their domestic consumption, for their animals, but now the river is dry. It's about our survival now. It's really about the survival. We may not have answers, but we need to ask ourselves, what next?
Human activities have led to this drastic change in an area known to be full of plenty.
Now, this tributary is dry because of tapping. You know, putting intake at the source and carrying all the water. That's why it has dried. We are left with only two of the main river Wadhumara tributaries. And you can see the danger of tapping water. At the end of the day, we are going to have Wadhumara dry completely.
How long shall we wait? What are you doing?
This area is the source of river Likudu.
Yes.
This catchment, you see, it has not been interfered with.
Yes.
It is intact.
And then you day I know 19 one. Not a Tonyako. Pamira Kurema. rwari nerimba nerimba riu karaurire tu rukio yo uguo kona rukua na miti ni arikuo miti mikumbui ni arikuo meria miriru ende tumiririe tu mantu a Murungu yongwa tutikumya yange akauma nuntu tukumyanga rwitite kwa piu anga rutarundi tena ndi mantu yau kinya tutikuelewa nei mantu arui yes.
Yes, this is the source. You know what
The trees that are being planted today, they are exotic, like the blue gum. All this place was a swamp. But you can see what there is now is blue gum. And the blue gum is the tree that is absorbing all the water. It is absorbing all the water, and there is no other tree that is growing where under its shade.
Yeah, this species of tree is called Eucalyptus saligna. It is an indigenous to people in Kenya, and you see how their roots behave. They are dendritic, and most of these roots are now diverse. One of these roots can go as far as about 200 meters. Now, when the eucalyptus suck water, this goes to swamp like this, it throws away the vapor in terms of water. It can take a lot of water within a single day. Now, assuming the whole population is about 400 trees here. Now, one tree intake is 200 liters per day, so it's about 8,000. Just a single day. So it comes to make the whole swamp to be.
the swamp cannot survive.
Yeah.
Area yari itetema ria rui rwoyo rikochu ukiakwira no arire antu a utikiara ukarea kwa ukarukira kwa unende batwe kuma mitere kwa andwa ya mibao mauta itwarire thina turandirwa mite tumiunda ito nini mwanka kwa umere tutona kinya bya kuria batu itwarire thina no ntu bakwithira ati mibao ni atukulukanire ni atwingira ne rimbare karira uma ithima bikutheruka yonto yarurwara kurathuka kithima itomare arita wakuo itomare nene rikariara lakini ruare kinyoka anda ngau ire ntuko 45 itomba kuendelea no ntu bakwithira ati mibao ni aingire rwe rwanywero imite nende batu ni othina twinie wendi ndaromba ginya thirikari tutetheria mite yomua twandirwe ingi mieya ye buru kandi ariende no tonkera Murungu baba ka batwe tomiunda ito nini ote anda katoma kakura ote anda kanga ukakura ende batu ithina twaiciekere tu tokera wate ni mite ya haraka lakini ote haraka ndegoro kethira.
Now, eucalyptus, freshly planted, sprouting up. As this grows, even the little water we have now is just going to be sucked. I mean, we are planting eucalyptus right at the eye of the little springs that feed this river. This has to be uprooted for sure, unless we want this water to dry completely. And then if it dries, what will people downstream use? This is a problem. We are killing ourselves. I mean, people simply killing themselves, either without knowing or maybe out of greed or something like that. Because how do you plant eucalyptus right where the little spring is where to come from, to ooze from? This is the saddest chapter of this story, the story of our environmental catastrophe. Those cows have nothing to drink. That's the last pond. Look at the last part of this river. Even these cows have nothing to drink. What will they take tomorrow? The river is dry. What will these animals take tomorrow? This is the same river, which we started up there, and this is where it ends. This is a water course. Dry. You can just see wetness. And I'm talking about less than 70 kilometers from the mountain. The river is dry. Look at it. The whole place is in dire need of water.
The effect of climate change is a worldwide catastrophe, but the answer to climate change is based on everyone's locality. A visit by a NEA team to various parts of the affected region depicted the adverse effects of human activities on water catchment areas. However, all is not lost. NEA members are on a mission to restore the area to its old glory, and they are starting from the foundation.
Mbele yenu ni wanafunzi kutoka shule ya msingi ya Modhara, tayari kuwakariria shairi. Madake ni mazingira nikilia, hada maneni nasi hadi tamati. Karibuni. Jameni tena, mbona mwanichukia? Mmesahau maana mema ninayowatendea. Mateso ni mengi sana, uchao kudhulumia. Mazingira nikilia, mwanadamu taabani. Ulimwengu tuipande miti, kwa tuze mazingira yetu, kwa nini uhai wa kesho.
One of the things we are trying to do, John, is to kind of to get back the trees which are friendly to this environment. We are trying to start nurseries in those schools for trees which really are relevant to that particular area. Trees for the lower zone, we are trying to get the schools in the lower zone to have that kind of seedlings. Some nurseries for trees which are fit for the lower zone. Trees for this upper zone, we also try to get the schools which are in the upper zone to grow trees for this upper zone, for distribution, for reclamation of this area. And what we are doing is we liaise with the Kenya Forest Department. Actually, we go there and try to get seedlings from them. But we also try to get to have seedlings from around this region, because the elder people here know where some of those trees are, and we get them, to propagate them, because they are the best for this region.
The reason for wanting to establish this is to have the kids grow as they know about growing trees, planting trees, and taking care of the environment. In this case, the kids behind me, they are doing a fantastic job. They have already started it at a very early age in a primary school, and as they grow, they need to carry that knowledge of planting trees, growing trees, and protecting the environment with them. So we are so happy that they have already embraced this, starting with this school. This is a Mudhara Primary School, where the headmaster and the whole school fraternity looks to be very focused in starting this environment club, which is already in place. And moving forward, we are going to support it and equip it so that we can start with the seedlings for trees to be planted in the entire of this area. And I believe with the environment club, we will be able to follow as those trees grow to become big trees to increase the tree cover in this region. Thank you.
At the Environment Club, we plant trees, spinach, climbing fruits, because they give, like trees, they give us oxygen, and climbing fruits, they give us fruits, and spinach, they give us vegetables.
Here we conserve the environment by planting trees. We use water by planting some spinach, sukuma wikis, and even onions.
We have gone back to plant the indigenous trees, like the megumo trees, they are here. The Meru oak, as you can see at the background, because we want this river that passes just close here to be reverted back to what it was. So we appreciate this initiative by the ANEA team and the Environment Club, and we will ensure with all these initiatives, and when we join hands, great things shall happen.
Today, a group of women that is supported by Kenya Forest Service is meeting and sharing their progress so far. One of the last surviving aquifers is a sign of relief, but if nothing is done, it will dry in no time.
We are at Munyariko Spring, probably one of the last remaining springs in this area. I believe it could be probably the second or third aquifer when we take the levels from Nyambene up to here. The story kind of ends here. The story we've been following ends here with this last spring in the whole of our region. This needs to be jealously protected. Even adding even more trees and conserving the whole ecosystem between here and Nyambene.
Conservation is everyone's obligation.
I started a small nursery. So I decided growing trees around, seedlings to provide for my own use. But I came to understand there were other people around also who had the same challenges as me. I talked to some guys, 1 acre fund, and they decided they can team or partner with me so that we can start a tree nursery around. So from out of what they could offer, I was able to start the nursery that you can see, so that we provide for the need, because so many people want seedlings to plant in their chambers, and even as groups, so that they can reclaim the lost glory of our environment.
Hii miti unaona hata mbeleni ilikuwa hapa na mingi yao ni ya kupanda mimi mwenyewe, kwa sababu ya kujua kama nikikataa kupanda hii miti ikikauka hiki kisima kinaweza kauka. Nikaona ni mzuri nituse hii miti bila hata kukatakata, nikapanda hata hii mandizi ndani yake, kwa sababu mimi najua, nafikiria manao wakati ujao ukikata hii miti ikimalizika, au watu wa community au watapata maji waenda hapa kutoka kwenda hata Saburu. Nikaonelea ni mzuri. Hata watoto wangu niliwaambia hata wakati mimi nitazeeka wasikuje kukata, wasio kakata hii miti, kwa sababu akikata hii miti hiyo inaweza kuwa hata ni calamity.
When we came here, there was no river here, there was no stream. Eucalyptus were taking a lot of water, we uprooted. We actually chased away the cattle and took over as a fair trade committee. We took over so that we could protect this resource. Now, the way it is as it's safe, we got water flowing. The community can now fetch water
from this stream. Very clean water indeed.
Tutamaliza, tutalete hii ofisa, unaona hawa, tukae chini sasa, mambo yaende mzuri, ndio ndugu yako huko chini hata apate mate. Yes. Na hakuna kubembelezana vile bwana president anasema. Hapana. Ndio. Now you can see that most of the sources, major streams here, as we have visited today, is about Likundu river or stream, which is originated where now we are, and then there's Wasomara, which goes towards bypassing two sub-counties, one in Tigania East, another one in Tigania West. But it is obstructed by people who do some commercial things downstream, especially now if you go to a place known as Murere, there is this place known as Ngundune. People have really distracted even the catchment area. The only way we can be able to rescue this situation is by evicting people in the westland areas, and we plant friendly trees like indigenous, which are very good in water, like bamboos and other indigenous trees. And then we give very strict bylaws so that people should not be interfering with the streams, so that people downstream. In fact, if you go down, it's terrible. Place like Camberia and Dambela, people are there in trouble. So I think the best thing is that if we come together as a community, community and other organizations, very people who can be able to assist, like ANEA, departments like the chiefs, the district officers and the DCs, and also the other well-wishers, we can be able to bring back the situation to normal.